There is a silent intelligence inside your chest, one that science is only beginning to understand, and ancient spiritual traditions have honored for thousands of years. It is the quantum heart. Not the biological muscle that pumps blood, but the electromagnetic, emotional, and consciousness-based center that acts as a transmitter and receiver in the quantum field. The heart is not simply a poetic symbol of love. No, it is a powerful quantum frequency generator. Studies from the HeartMath Institute show that the human heart produces the strongest electromagnetic field in the body up to 60 times. Stronger electrically and 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. In quantum physics, information and energy are fundamentally linked. Vibrational signals organize reality. Every emotion you feel sends a frequency wave into the field around you, influencing your environment and drawing experiences that match your vibration. The heart, then, is not reactive, it is creative. It is constantly broadcasting a frequency into the quantum field. This understanding leads to a revolutionary truth. You do not attract love with your mind, you attract love with your heart frequency. Thoughts alone are not enough. Affirmations alone are not enough. Desire alone is not enough. Because the quantum field does not respond to the words you speak or the goals you imagine. It responds to the vibrational truth stored in your emotional field. And the heart is the central portal that encodes, shapes, and transmits that truth. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are vibrating. You attract the emotional frequency you carry. You attract the energetic signature of your internal world. If your heart is radiating expansion, openness, and safety, you magnetize aligned relationships, stable love, and emotionally available souls. But if your heart is radiating protection, contraction, fear, mistrust, or unresolved emotional memory, then even if consciously you want love, your energy is sending a different message to the universe. I know. And this is where so many people become confused. They say, I want love. I'm ready. I deserve it. They believe they are open. They believe the universe is delaying them. They believe fate is unfair. But the quantum field does not withhold. It mirrors. It gives based on resonance. And resonance is determined not by longing, but by coherence between emotion and intention. The heart must feel what the mind wants. The emotional field must match the desire. Internal vibration must align with the external vision. This is why connection feels easy when the heart is open, because openness vibrates at a frequency that draws reciprocity, and why love cannot enter where the heart is closed, because the quantum field cannot deliver a vibration that the receiver is not capable of holding. Opening the heart is not a romantic idea, it is a quantum requirement. The heart is a portal, a tuning instrument, a magnetic transmitter, and a field generator. It shapes your relational destiny by shaping your frequency. If love has not arrived, it is not because you are unworthy. It is because your frequency is still preparing. It is because your heart is recalibrating. It is because the field does not bring love until your system can sustain it without fear. A closed heart is not failure. It is a temporary protective frequency pattern. And once the pattern dissolves, the field responds instantly. Love is not something you chase. It is something you become vibrationally compatible with. In the quantum field, nothing hides. You can speak confidence and still vibrate fear. You can mentally desire love, but emotionally reject it. You can say, "I'm open," while your heart frequency is quietly transmitting, "I don't trust. I don't feel safe. I cannot afford to be hurt again." A blocked quantum heart is rarely cold. It is usually overwhelmed. It is not uninterested. It is exhausted. It does not refuse love. It fears the consequences of receiving it. The frequency of protection is not hardness. It is hypervigilance disguised as independence. It is emotional survival disguised as detachment. It is longing wearing the armor of self-sufficiency. Quantum emotional blocks do not form randomly. They form where love once felt uncertain, unstable, unreciprocated, unsafe, or temporary. They are defense systems created by experience, not weakness. They are vibrational shields built from memory, not failure. The heart does not close because it is incapable. It closes because it learned to protect life force in environments where love meant danger. How do you recognize a heart frequency still coded for protection? Notice the subtle signals. You desire connection, yet keep emotional distance. You crave intimacy, but feel tension when vulnerability appears. You say you want something real, yet feel drawn to emotionally unavailable people because chaos feels familiar and stillness feels foreign. You reject kindness because your nervous system expects inconsistency. You analyze affection instead of receiving it. You are magnetic, but cautious, open, but guarded, present, but never fully surrendered. Your heart isn't weak, it's trained. Your nervous system isn't broken, it's adaptive. The quantum field isn't punishing you, it's mirroring your internal frequency so you can see what still needs liberation. Trauma doesn't only leave emotional residue, it alters electromagnetic output. Pain becomes a frequency pattern. The body encodes fear into muscle memory, breath, rhythm, heart contraction, and subtle hormonal chemistry. The mind can say, "I'm ready," but the body whispers, "I remember." And the quantum field responds to the body's vibration, not the mind's wishes. This is why you may attract certain patterns repeatedly: inconsistent affection, unavailable partners, intensity over stability, adrenaline-based attachment instead of peace-based connection. Not because that is what you want, but because those patterns resonate with an unhealed emotional frequency. Familiarity often masquerades as destiny, but it is simply resonance repeating until a new vibration is embodied. Real love sometimes feels uncomfortable at first, not because it is wrong, because peace feels unfamiliar after surviving chaos. Emotional stability can feel boring when your nervous system equates safety with danger and unpredictability with passion. You might even push away genuine connection without realizing it, simply because your frequency has not yet relearned safety. None of this makes you flawed. It makes you human. It makes you someone whose heart evolved through defense and is now learning expansion. The quantum journey is not about forcing openness. It is about dissolving fear. It is not about searching for love, but about recalibrating your frequency so love can recognize you, approach you, and remain with you. The moment you acknowledge your emotional protections, the moment you stop seeing them as failure and instead recognize them as intelligent survival mechanisms, the heart begins to soften. Awareness begins to reshape frequency. The field begins to shift. The universe does not ask you to be perfect, only to be available. And availability begins with recognition. You do not heal a quantum heart by demanding it to open. You heal it by understanding why it closed. Now let's dive deeper into the quantum emotional mechanics of your heart, because your heart operates like a quantum field antenna. And when you hold emotional pain, fear, or distrust, your heart doesn't just feel blocked, it broadcasts blockage. And the universe doesn't judge or punish. It simply responds to the frequency you emit when your nervous system is in survival mode. When your heart is guarding itself, when vulnerability feels dangerous instead of sacred, you unconsciously tune your quantum field to self-protection rather than connection. And here's the quantum paradox. You may be desperate for love, but your frequency is broadcasting avoidance, fear, and defense, so you attract emotionally unavailable people, cold or inconsistent partners, relationships where you feel unseen or undervalued, love that mirrors your wounds instead of your desires. Not because you are unworthy, but because on a quantum level, your heart is still speaking the language of pain instead of possibility. Science tells us something powerful. The heart's electromagnetic field is 5,000 times stronger than the brain's. Your emotional signal travels before your words ever do. This means you don't attract what you want. You attract what your heart believes and vibrates. So if your heart whispers, "I am afraid, I don't trust, I always get hurt, love abandons me," your quantum field amplifies that signal and reality matches it. But here's the truth most people never hear. Your heart did not close because you failed. It closed because it protected you. Protection is not weakness. It is intelligence. It is survival. It is evidence that you loved deeply once. Your heart isn't broken. It is guarded. And guarded hearts don't repel love, they filter it, only allowing the familiar through, even if familiar is painful. Now you're awakening, remembering that you are not here to fear love. You are here to become love in quantum form. And healing begins the moment you stop asking, "Why doesn't love find me?" and start asking, "What frequency am I still holding that tells love I'm not ready?" Not in guilt, not in shame, but in awareness, the highest form of self-love. God. Because the moment you recognize the pattern, you are no longer inside it. You are the observer, the conscious creator of a new emotional field. And as your heart begins to soften, even slightly, its frequency shifts, your field recalibrates, and the universe responds instantly. Love is not distant. It's waiting, right outside the gates you once closed to survive. Now slowly, gently, you are opening again. Not because you need love, but because you remember you are love. So now, if your heart has been closed, guarded, or afraid, it is not the end of your love story. It is the beginning of your quantum return to love, because the heart does not awaken through pressure or force. The heart awakens through recognition, through a softening of frequency, through remembering its true nature. In quantum terms, every emotion is information in motion. Every belief is a frequency pattern. And every reaction, every instinct of self-protection is formed in a moment when love felt unsafe. Not because you were weak, but because life asked you to survive, not to open. So hear this deeply. The heart closes to protect, but it reopens to evolve. Closed heart is not broken. It is paused in defense mode. And every pause carries within it the seed of reactivation. The quantum heart recalibrates not through longing, but through awareness plus resonance. Awareness says, "I see why I closed." Resonance says, "I am ready to open again." And when both awaken within you, your electromagnetic field shifts, not slowly, not eventually, but instantly at the quantum level. Why? Because love is the default frequency of the heart. Fear is the interruption, not the truth. And now you are remembering. Love is not something you chase. Love is something you become. When your heart vibrates in coherence, the state where your emotions, nervous system, energy field, and intention align, your quantum signature becomes impossible to ignore. You stop chasing energy. You start attracting reality. You no longer ask, why hasn't love arrived? You begin knowing, love is always responding, and now I am aligned with it. People feel you differently. Communication changes. Boundaries become sacred instead of defensive. Partnership becomes possibility instead of fear. The wrong connections dissolve without effort. The right ones magnetize without force. That is quantum law. That is heart intelligence. That is the destiny of a conscious soul remembering its true frequency. The love you seek is not coming to you. It is awakening through you. You are not waiting for someone to turn the key. You are becoming the key. This is not manifestation. This is quantum emotional physics. And from this moment forward, your heart is no longer defined by who hurt you, abandoned you, or failed to see you. You are defined by your ability to rise, to feel again, to trust again, to vibrate again. Not blindly, not recklessly, but consciously. Because healed hearts don't rush, they radiate. And when you radiate, love finds you not by chance, but by resonance. So breathe. Feel your chest expand, and whisper to your own being, I am not chasing love. I am remembering love. And my quantum heart is opening again. The universe always answers a heart that chooses to reopen. Welcome back, not to someone, but to yourself. Feel this inside your heart. You are not chasing love. You are awakening the quantum frequency that calls it to you. Breathe. Your field is shifting. Your heart is remembering. And the love that matches your vibration has already begun moving in your direction. If this message resonated with your soul, like this video, so more hearts can rise with you. And if you feel this frequency is truth, subscribe to Quantum Love and turn on notifications so every new message finds you at the perfect moment. We are not just talking about love here. We are elevating the collective heart of humanity. Your presence, your energy, your awakening is part of this global shift. You are love in motion, your vibration becoming reality, and the universe is listening. Welcome to Quantum Love.